Hey guys, it's David and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry guys, I've been actually wanting to say that on an actual YouTube video for a very long time. But if you've been here before, you know this is not my channel. I actually don't have a YouTube channel. But this is Lady Glenn's YouTube channel and welcome to another episode of Legacy Academy. So today we're going to be, exploring a little bit of math. Um, we're going to delve in a little bit on percentages. So I know a lot of people have it to say math isn't interesting, it's boring, it's hard, it's not something that you learn all of this math in school and it's not something that, but I mean, you use math every day. And going into percentages now, we're going to actually see how this is something that we actually use more often than we think. So we're going to go through a bit of definition on percentages, look at some different ways that we can represent them, and look at some real life examples, and you realize that you use this more often than you think. So I'm David. I'm here because Kanisha forced me. I didn't want to do this. I'm doing this not of my own free will. I'm joking, guys. I love to give presentations. That's why I'm here. You can follow me on Instagram at Dave_JB. Hope you learn a lot from this presentation. All right, so let's start with a bit of definition. So when we say percent, what it is that we really mean? What we're essentially saying is per 100, right? So that's what the term percent means, per 100. Essentially, what we're saying is that it's a part of a whole or a proportion. It's a part of the whole, and the whole here is 100. So when we say 75%, what that really means is 75 out of 100. Or if we say 100%, it means it's 100 out of that whole, which is 100. And we can reduce this further to exactly 1. Right? So a 100% of any number is just a number unchanged. So for example, if you're in a class with say 50 students and the teacher says 100% of the class passed their final exam, then that means that all 50 students pass the exam. So that 100% of students is essentially just the total number of students. And as well, 200% is 200 out of the 100, which could be further reduced to 2, right? And 200% of any number is just twice that number. So let's look at some other ways that we can represent percentages. So here's a photo of half a box of pizza. That's generally what people say, right? But a half can also be written as 50%, right? So we can represent that as a percentage. But this 50% can also be represented as a decimal, which would be 0.5, right? But nobody goes around saying 50% box of a pizza or 0.5 of box of a pizza. Just say half. So we can also represent that as a fraction. All right, so now let's explore some examples. And you're going to see that these are some things that we do almost every day, things that involve percentages as we go through these examples. All right, so the first question. So Alexa's final math exam for the semester had a total of 85 multiple choice questions. Upon receiving her results, she got 15 questions incorrect. In order for her to get to make the honor roll, she must get at least 80%. So did she make the honor roll? So we want to know, let's think about what we already know. We know that there are a total of 85 questions. Out of the 85, she got 15 incorrect. She wants to be on the honor roll, and in order to be on the honor roll, then she needs to get at least 80% on this exam. So let's find out how much percent she got and see if it was at least 80%. Let's see if she made the honor roll. So what's the first thing we want to do? We know how many questions she got wrong, but the question never told us how many she got right. So let's calculate how many questions she got correct. So to find that out, we know it was a total of 85 questions. She got 15 incorrect. So let's subtract that 15 that she got incorrect from the 85, and that would give us 70. So she got a total of 70 correct answers. So let's represent that now as a percentage to see how much percent she got and see if she'd made the honor roll. So next, we want to take the 70 that she got correct and put it over the 85 questions that were in the exam. So that 70 questions that she got right divided by the total amount of questions, which was 85, and then we'll multiply that by 100 so that we can represent it as a percentage. So this might be a good point for you guys to just take out your calculators, get out a pen, get out a piece of paper, and work these questions along. So if you punch this into your calculator, 70 divided by 85, you should get 0.8235. That's a decimal. That's not what we want. What we actually want is a percentage. So that's why we're going to multiply it by 100. So when you multiply this by 100, we end up getting 82.35%. So did she make the honor roll? Yes, she did. Because she got over 80%, over what was required to make the honor roll. All right, so this is something while going to school, if you're still in school, this is something that we use a lot, calculating how much percent we're at now in a particular course, how much you need to pass the course to get an A, whatever the case is. So this is something that we use often. Question 2. So Bob goes to the supermarket to buy 5 pounds of chicken. The price on the tag was 1,200 Jamaican dollars plus a general consumption tax, GCT, of 15%. Now, what was Bob's total bill? Again, this is something that you use very often. You go to the supermarket, you see a price on the tag, but it's that price plus tax, right? So let's just say you're at the supermarket, you don't have a debit card, you don't have a credit card, you only have cash, but you have a certain amount of cash. So you want to make sure that whatever the price is that you see, when you add the tax to that, right, you have enough cash on it to actually cover the bill. So let's say Bob is in that situation. Bob doesn't know how to calculate GCT. Let's help him through that to see if he has enough money. And for the purpose of this question, let's just say Bob has $1,400. So let's see if the $1,400 is enough for him to cover his bill. So our first step here is to calculate the tax on the chicken, right? So remember the tax was 15%. 15% is 15 divided by 100. So we're going to multiply 15 divided by 100 times the listed price, the price on the tag, which is $1,200. So if you put 15 divided by 100 in your calculators, you'll get 0.15, and 0.15 times $1,200 should give us $180. So the tax on the chicken is $180, but we want to know how much he'll pay in total, right? So let's just add that tax now to the price on the tag. So the price on the tag was $1,200 and the tax is $180. So if we add both of those figures together, then we'll get $1,380. So that's how much he'll spend in total for the chicken. Less than $1,400. Let's look at question 3. So Carol took her spouse on a dinner date last weekend, and the cost of the meal to Carol was 10,200 Jamaican dollars. Carol had to also pay 10% service charge. How much did she pay in total? Let's just pause for a minute to acknowledge Carol for taking out her spouse, her husband, her boyfriend. Females can also take males out on a date. Amen. I know a lot of people going to stop watch the video at this point in time, but don't worry, David, you're preaching. All right, so she paid, the total amount is $10,200. Now, she added the tax already. Carol knows how to calculate GCT. She do everything already, but she never knew there was a 10% service charge. So um, she now needs to find out what that service charge is. And this again is something that we use a lot. When you go to a restaurant, a lot of these restaurants are charging, in addition to the GCT, a service charge of 10%. All right, so let's see what. So first, we want to calculate the value of the service charge. We know it's 10%, but what does that really look like? Well, we need to find 10% of the total amount, which is 10,200. So finding 10% of that, we put that in our calculators. 10 divided by 100 is 0.10, and we multiply that by the $10,200. Now, multiplying that gives us $1,020. So that's the value of the service charge. It's 10%, but the value is $1,020. And then from there, it's smooth sailing. All we need to do is now add the service charge to the meal price, $10,200 plus that service charge of $1,020. Right? And then that gives us a total of $11,220. So that's the total amount that she'll pay. All right, so now let's look at another example. This is question 4. So Dennis walked into a shoe store to buy a new pair of Nike shoes. However, he saw that there was a sale on some Desert Clarks. When he looked at the price tag, he saw that it was going for $18,000 plus a 15% GCT. And, he goes to the store clerk and asks the store clerk, what you can do for me. And he or she tells him that, you can actually get a 20% discount of the final price. So we want to find out for Dennis now how much he'll actually pay. This again is something that we go through on a regular basis. You go to the store, you see a price on the tag, you ask the store clerk if you can get a discount. Always looking for a discount because we're always trying to spend less, always trying to save that coin, right? So we go, Dennis here now has to pay the full amount, but he's going to get a 20% discount. A lot of people look at this though. A lot of people might look at this and say, okay, this is $18,000 and I get a 20% discount, and don't account for that 15% tax that you have to pay, right? So that's important. What you see on the price tag might or might not include tax already, and then you have to take that in consideration, right, as well, when you're considering the discount. So the first thing you want to do here is calculate the tax on the shoe, because the $18,000 is not the final price. So we want to calculate 15% of $18,000, similar to what we've been doing before, just a different scenario. We divide 15 by 100. If you put that in your calculators, you're going to get 0.15. And then you're going to multiply that by the price of the shoes, right, which is $18,000. Doing that multiplication gives us 2,700. And then that's the tax on the shoes. So what is the full price on the shoes before the discount? Well, we need to add that tax to the listed price. The listed price of the shoes was $18,000, and we're going to add to that the tax, which is 2,700. And then that's going to give us a total of $20,700. All right, so That's the price of the shoes with the tax in it. And now we want to see what it looks like with the discount. So now let's calculate the discount. He's getting a discount of 20%, so that's 20 divided by 100. If you put that in your calculators, you'll get 0.2, and then you multiply that by the total price that we just calculated to be $20,700, right? So 0.2 multiplied by that 20,700 gives us $4,140. And by the way, I'm missing my dollar signs. Don't ever give your teacher this. If you're a math student, don't ever give your teacher this. This doesn't mean anything. So there's an imaginary dollar sign beside some of these figures. So the discount, the value of that 20% discount would be $4,140. So now, all we need to do is subtract that discount. This says tax, that's an error. All we need to do now is subtract that discount from the total price. So that's $20,700, right? $20,700 minus the value of that discount of $4,140. And that gives us $16,560. So that's a total that he'll pay for the shoes. All right, so now we're down to the final question, question 5. In this question, we see Elsa is renting an apartment in New Kingston, and she's paying $110,000 per month. So now the owner of the apartment notified her that, hey, coming up into a new year now, I'm going to increase the rent, and I'm going to do that by 7%. So her rent is now going to increase by 7%. And Elsa can't afford to pay anything more than $115,000 per month. So now we need to find out if she needs to find a new apartment or if she's going to stay there. To find that out, we need to find out how much the new rent will be considering that 7% increase. So let's help Elsa out. So first we want to calculate the value of that percentage increase. So it's 7%, the percentage increase is 7%. The value of that will be 7 divided by 100 multiplied by what she's currently paying, which is $110,000. So when you put that in your calculator, 7 divided by 100 should give you 0.07, and then you multiply that by $110,000 to give you $7,700. So that's the value of the percentage increase. Now we need to figure out, now that we know what the value of the percentage increase is, we need to figure out how much you'd have to pay now considering this increase, and if it is that she's going to move or she's going to stay. So the next thing we want to do is add the value of that increase to the current rent. So that would just be what she's currently paying, which is $110,000 plus the increase, the percentage increase of $7,700, right? And this is your homework, everybody. I want you to comment down below what the answer is for this, and answer as well whether or not Elsa will try to find any into. My favorite part of this presentation is that which are the math she can't pay anything more than 100. Alright guys, thanks for staying through to the end of this video. I hope you guys learned something, or clarity was brought to some stuff, or just a good refresher for some of these concepts. So remember guys, like, comment, share, and smash that subscribe button.
Hello, treasures. Hello. I know it's been a while since you've heard my voice, but I decided to let you hear from me today. Thank you so much for all the subscriptions, all the views. I love it. I love it. We're on the road to 1,000K subscribers, so we have a little way to go. Last time I checked, I believe I was at 573. So please share with everyone. We need to hit 1,000 subscribers. Could we do that by September 30? Come on, let's go. I just want to take this minute to welcome all the new people. First of all, you are watching this video now and the subscribe button is still red. Take a few seconds and click the button. We're waiting. Then go to share now, copy the link and send it in all your WhatsApp groups. I appreciate it. Thank you. We just want to say welcome to all the newcomers. And so we're going to sing the legendary welcome song. And it goes, welcome to the Legacy family with Lady Glenn. Lady Glenn. Oh, welcome to the Legacy family with Lady Glenn. Lady Glenn, welcome, welcome. Big up yourself. Of course, when you're hearing my voice, you know we are going to have the royal shout out. This week's royal shout out, it was a little hard because listen, y'all kept coming with those comments. You understand me? But I decided to choose Rhonda K. McGregor. Girl, big up yourself. Like you always watch my video them. You always WhatsApp me and let me know how much my videos are good and the content is useful and so on. I appreciate you very much. So thank you, thank you. And I'm going to insert her comment right here. And I decided to share this comment because guess what? Sometimes there are things that we need to know that we don't know that we need to know until we know them. So of course, if there are things that you don't know that you need to know, keep watching my channel because I promise to give you guys good content. First of all, you know, I am in touch with Holy Spirit and He's the chief creator. So thank you, Rhonda K, for your comment again. Big up all on. Big up on yourself. And a new video will be dropping soon. Bye guys.